The early inhabitants of ancient Peru left us valuable traces of an exciting and splendid existence. The different groups of settlers had varied lifestyles, whose arts and religious rites gave way to a variety of different cultures. Inexplicably, some of these cultures disappeared, while others were conquered or dominated by forceful warriors or by beings with superior intelligence. The primitive inhabitants of the Nazca Paracas culture were responsible for the numerous gigantic drawings that are found on the Nazca Plains. Sketches of men, animals, lines, and geometric figures drawn with a high degree of accuracy. It is calculated that these lines and figures were drawn about 1,000 years ago, long before these lands were conquered by the Inca Empire, although the area had been inhabited since the year 300 BC. Dr. Maria Reiche is the pioneer researcher as far as the lines are concerned, having dedicated a lifetime to the study of the Nazca Plains. Her studies have shed light on a number of unanswered questions. It was only as far back as 1939 when Dr. Paul Kosok of New York's University of Long Island noticed from his aircraft that what was believed to be an ancient system of irrigation turned out to be the huge drawings that were to astonish the entire world. After studying them, he remarked that the world's greatest book on astronomy was located in Nazca. Many scientists and learned men have since visited the area, not only to admire the impressive spectacle, but to try and find an explanation for the hidden truths behind these enormous drawings. There are many theories of a scientific, esoteric, or fanciful nature, and many explanations to refute them. There are those who reason that if the lines respond to an enormous astronomical calendar, then what role is played by the colossal figures? Furthermore, the lines and figures can only be seen in their full dimension from the air. Consequently, who were they drawn for? Astronauts from outer space? This could be confirmed by the fact that the lines do tend to resemble landing strips. This theory could also be ratified by the enormous drawing on a hillside of an astronaut? Is that not an astronaut with his space helmet among the many remains left behind by these beings? It is true there are many questions and very few answers. Actually, there is a scientific fact that everyone agrees with. It is impossible to achieve the degree of accuracy and symmetry of these lines and figures without using elements and methods that are considered highly skilled to this day. To obtain a correct proportion of these figures on land would be an impossible task, unless they were designed or directed from above. Another admirable monumental drawing is the so-called candelabra located nearby on the shores of the Bay of Paracas. The entire Bay of Paracas area has been designated as a Peruvian natural reserve. Man has designated vast amounts of the world as nature reserves to protect flora and fauna, but none have the archaeological wealth, the unique beauty of the ecological systems to be found in Peru's natural reserve in Paracas. There There are other marvels to be seen in Paracas, such as the rocky formations that are over 40 million years old, or the graveyard between Paracas and Nazca, or further south, one of the deepest graveyards in the world, with its rich nutrients that have contributed so much to Peru. To ensure that a visit to Nazca and the Paracas Nature Reserve is a pleasant one, an excellent hotel infrastructure is available, combining comfort with efficient service. The Amazon. The name brings to mind the magic spell of flora and fauna, adventure and mystery, probably a reminder of childhood dreams. The spell of the jungle is endless. The Amazon River, which has its source far up in the Andes Mountains, becomes the world's most powerful river and serves as a gateway to the jungle, allowing the imposing beauty of its exuberant nature to be admired. Iquitos, the city built in the jungle, which was named after a tribe who settled in a small village on the same site in ancient times. It is today a modern urban area with an international airport and all the comforts of a cosmopolitan city. Comfortable and pleasant journeys can be made through the Peruvian Amazon region to enjoy the magnificent and ever-changing spectacle of the jungle, the astonishing sights and beauty of nature's wildlife, or the emotion-filled sounds which bring to mind the legends of sorcery, witchcraft, and love potions. Cusco, a city of magic spells, capital of the Inca Empire, and the center of an ethnic cultural mixture. A blending of races has left its impression on native craftwork, paintings, literature, religion. Narrow streets bordered by houses built behind invincible palace walls. Large colonial homes and Spanish Renaissance temples. Sacsayhuaman, a fortress with 3 superimposed walls built with gigantic blocks of stone, some of them weighing 360 tons. How were these cut? How were they transported? All of Cusco, city and countryside, breathes of history and legend, myth and reality. The traces of the past speak of a fertile existence. A climb through the awesome thickets of the Lost Jungle leads to Machu Picchu, a high city reached by stepping stones, a final, unhidden resting place. Lightning and mankind compete with each other here like 2 parallel lines in a piercing wind. Mother of stone, foam of the condors, high stone paved paths to the dawn of mankind. Lost wings in timeless sands. Broad grains of corn rose and fell like red hailstones. Golden threads emerged from the vicuña to clothe lovers, mothers, kings, warriors. Here man's tired feet came to rest by night alongside those of the eagles in their nearby lairs. At dawn, those footsteps mingled with the thunder and the strange mists until dusk or death.
Sign language.
Okay, that's what you gotta do. And you make it big and click it in there.
The old part is good, so it's ready.
there is a bird already. See that one flying? Everybody can see that one. That's a yellow-headed caracara. Ese es un caracara. Acá se llama chihuango. Chihuango. Y este es el río Ampillaco. O sea, donde Tebas está más abajo. Y los nativos yaguas. Cuando terminamos la excursión ahora, regresamos y vamos hacia allá. Y después volvemos hacia allá. To see the Witoto Indians, we have to go just farther up. And from that, we're going to take another tributary on this way to go to Tebas to see the artist, Francisco Rica. I saw a pink dolphin just down below there a while ago. We're going to watch for birds, but we all, especially this species, fall down slowly. Sometimes the big ones blow real hard. Es muy difícil esto los delfines rosados son muy difíciles. Casi nunca saltan fuera del agua, apenas salen así y se meten en el agua. They almost never show you the big river. This is interesting here. Casi nunca nos muestran el río grande, ¿no? El ancho. Siempre lo... Yeah, especially with the boats. They are semi-parasitic. One of the most common trees along the banks of the river. If you see that's a redneck woodpecker. Look like a bell. And they're just like a skyscraper upside down. They build more floors down below. They can get real long, 6, 7, 8 feet. A veces crecen hasta 2 metros de largo, ese nido. Yo he visto uno ahí en el talking about layers of the rainforest. The first was, see, this is still, you'll see more clearly, neither about 3 feet. And palm trees and palm trees. And again, some middle story. Look at this too, on this dead branch on Tawipuro. Those are black-fronted manbirds. They have a bright orange, yellow, orange streak. And the rest is... Well, they use it for different things. They use it as a shovel to dig sticks on the bank. The point is to stick it in the ground and tie the canoe up. Plus, of course, they use it as a shovel to move it from one place to another. So there are different reasons. Fructose. Pregunta al señor que... Okay, there are about 1,000 species on the little ripples. The ripples, and sometimes you can see something there, but you don't many times see exactly what it is. You have to empezar a mencionar todo eso, sería muy difícil. He mencionado el paiche, he mencionado el neón tetra, que es así. Palms. They always grow in swamps and lagoon ages. Martín Pescador. Muy bonito. Very small. La corriente entra. Esta flor se abrió anoche. Después va a cambiar de color y se queda completamente morada. Eso es el día de mañana. Mañana por la mañana está morada. Sometime. Arranca. Estás pasando. Sitting on one of those pads so we can scale.
What's under the scale? What kind of fish are in there?
Oh, all kinds of things. It will be purple, el fruto que queda después de la flor, para hacer pan, se le tiene harina.
Sí.
Tiene harina.
Era
Ahora,
grande,
las
¿no?
semillas, si no están maduras, son lechosas, como el arroz antes, el trigo antes de maduro. Eso dicen como cosméticos, va a poner en la cara de la mamá y borrar la mancha. Hides in the bottom of the plant, in the wood. And the rest leaves and flowers have to be on the surface. The other plants, like that tiny little light green flower, plant that look like flowers, that's called water lettuce, or twistia. That is only floating. That with the water hyacinth, what we've seen yesterday, floating in the river, those are
Walter, mira acá.
La mujer desconocida le ha llevado al hospital.
They plant coca and the leaves are toasted and then they grind it up and put it in their cocaine, a little cocaine. Okay, swinging it to, oh. Comienza el baile. Remember on next Friday, if you're in the round trip, you're going to have another try everything today. Bye.
Mary Rose. Mary Rose. Sí, por favor. Muy bonito. Sí, no, no, es extra, extra grande, no existe.
If you have anything heavy with you, just leave it on the table because nobody comes up except us. Then nobody touches anything. That they do it, cut their hands. It's not, first time you meet us and you're, let us take the best. Of course I let you take the paintings. You know, baby, I come out of that painting. June until the 15th of July. So that's why the month of June and July I give away a lot of beer. You get the right time.
Happy birthday.
Either Minkä pakkaa? Minkä mun pesiä